Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about the retail sales numbers that came out, but also we are going to be taking a look forward at some of my favorite trading setups right now, things that I'm either in a trade already or looking for an opportunity to get involved. Let's jump in. Welcome back to my channel, guys. If you're new to my channel, I just want to take a second to say hello and welcome. Thank you for being here. We go through the markets every single day of the trading week. We give out trade ideas, we talk about what's going on in the market news, and I share my own analysis. So if you're new here, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. And again, thank you to the regular viewers who are here with me. Let's jump into what happened this morning. So this morning we had retail sales numbers come out for the United States, and these numbers were showing some economic slowing. Now we had core retail sales, and we also had just sort of headline retail sales numbers. Both of them came out at 0.4% growth compared to the 0.5 and 0.8% respective forecasts that we were getting. So basically what this is telling us is retail sales is basically the volume, the amount of money being spent at the retail level, just spending goods, services, things like that. And so when we see slow in this area, this is showing a slowing consumer demand. And again, we in the United States, we're a consumer-based economy, much of the world is, and we consume a lot of goods and services. But when that is slowing, it's showing some signs of economic slowdown, which of course is an interesting and sort of detailed answer. Now, of course, we got to make a mention to, of course, the Canadian CPI numbers that came out. Hotter than expected, 4.2% trimmed CPI year over year, and month over month coming out at 0.7%. So perhaps we'll take a look at some CAD pairs as we get into it as well. So let's first of all take a look at the reaction from the US dollar. The US dollar here, if it would load. So let's take a look at the dollar here in terms of price action. We saw a big breakout recently, clearing the recent level of resistance that we saw around 102.2. So notably, you can see we were rejecting this level very hard, but we recently broke out. And the question is the dollar run going to continue? And in my personal opinion, I'm not necessarily looking to short the dollar, but I'm also not incredibly bullish either. The numbers that we saw today, in my opinion, don't really support a ton of upside off of the news, right? So we saw a little bit of a spike back and forth with the dollar gaining some ground. In my opinion, though, I'd be very cautious for traders who are watching the dollar. If this turns into some sort of false breakout where this level of support actually breaks and we trade back inside this range, it's very possible that we see a rapid decline in the dollar. Now, there's several reasons why I have been so dollar bearish, but I'll give you the highlights real quick. In terms of dollar weakness, inflation seems to be going in the right direction. Last week we had CPI and we had PPI numbers, both hinting towards cooling inflation. At the same time, we just had retail sales numbers come out cooler than expected. And on Monday, we had the New York, I keep forgetting the name. It's that manufacturing index that came out on Monday. I can't remember the name for some reason. All of these things from New York, we had that number as well. All of these things contribute towards, in my opinion, slowing economic numbers, inflation cooling. These things point towards a more bearish dollar in my personal opinion. Now, of course, this is not financial advice as always, but I will be looking predominantly on the short side of this dollar move where I can find setups. Now, of course, you guys know who have been watching the channel. I had a comment recently. Somebody said they're tired of me talking about my gold bullish thesis. Well, I hate to say it, but we are back and still bullish on the gold until we are proven wrong. So what I mean by that is if price breaks through this level, my psychological support level at 2000 is what is really to watch. If this breaks lower, if we break underneath this low, I will stop out of my position, which, speaking of that, let me show you my position. So I am here on my brokerage, and you can see I have a trade which is still trading about break even. It has not made a substantial move either ways that I have on my gold position. So if price breaks through support down to the low sides, I will be taking a stop out if necessary. So that's what I'm watching for when looking at the gold market going forward. Real quick, I want to jump in and let you guys know about our Discord VIP group. If you guys are not already inside of the Discord channel, this is a service that my team and I offer where you can keep track of trades that I am taking, Frank is taking, Ivan are taking. These are my cohorts. These are my compadres that I trade alongside. If you guys would like access to this Discord channel, you can see all the trades that I am taking, but more importantly, the analysis behind this. Now, of course, this is not financial advice. I'm not your dad. I'm not taking care of your trading account for you. I am doing my own trading and sharing every step of the way why I am doing what I'm doing. If that would be helpful to you and you'd like to see what myself, Frank, and Ivan are up to in the markets, you can join our service for our opinions on what we are doing right now. On top of that, you can also see our coaching webinars, which we do throughout the week. Ivan does a great job doing those and coaches many of our traders towards their trading goals. So if you guys are looking to join this, we are offering free trials to check out the Discord. If you'd like to join, all you have to do is click the link at the top of the description right now and send our team a direct message and ask them for a free trial of the Discord channel so that you can get an idea if this would be worth your time and your money to sign up for a membership with us. Again, it's a free trial. All you got to do is click that link, message us, and let us know you'd like to check out the Discord for free. Now, I also want to talk about, in terms of currency pairs, one that stuck out to me and Ivan and I had a discussion about on the live stream here today, notably pound yen. We discussed the differences in the two central banks, which I think might be very useful. I'm going to let you hear from that clip from the stream in just a moment, but first let's just go quickly through the technical analysis. We've been trading in a range. The pound looks incredibly strong against the Japanese yen, and this morning it's trading and testing the upper limits of this resistance zone. In my personal opinion, from a technical perspective, a breakout of this resistance point could offer some continuation upside, especially if any sort of risk on volatility enters the market. The pound yen could very much fly. And in terms of targets, if we're able to break and retest this 170.75 mark, the pound yen looks like it has more upside. So here's a quick clip from Ivan and I's discussion this morning on the live show.
When it comes to yen, I don't know how much you talked about USD earlier, but for me, I'm still bearish on yen fundamentally, and the new governor is even more, I don't know, slow than the previous one. So even more bearish or even more dovish. So as long as yen pairs are going higher, it's kind of like buying it, kind of a thing. Though we had a big fall this morning because of higher unemployment rate in UK than expected. It was 3.9 versus 3.8. Slightly the same, but still. And I think this one is going to continue higher, overall at least. So did you get the entry this morning? Probably not, but I'm just going to update one thing on pound from yesterday. Is that was the level I said, well, we can probably look for a buy there. Did I do it? No, but I just find it funny that I said that price and market came down there. Overall for pound, British pound, Japanese yen just need to have a new higher high, higher low kind of a thing, kind of like that situation, and then continue higher.
And I think I'm kind of with you on the yen. We've talked about that earlier with the COT data showing institutional interest very much short on the Japanese yen. And you mentioned in terms of central banks, I would say arguably of the majors, the most dovish, right? You've got Canada coming out and saying that they're looking to pause. The Fed is teetering between pause and rate hikes, and the market's expecting pause. And then you have the Bank of Japan, which is just straight up hey, we're not raising rates and we're open to the idea of cutting if need be. So that was an incredibly dovish comment. And so yeah, I'm looking for breaks and retests on the pound yen. That I think has room to make a move up to something like 172. And it also has a bullish reading on the EdgeFinder. If you guys are interested in knowing why that is, what you can see is that all across the top of the screen, we have different indicators that we pay attention to. Seasonal trends, the trend of the chart, GDP growth, inflation comparisons, unemployment, interest rates, retail sentiment, COT data. We take in a wide arrangement of data and we build a full picture as to why a particular asset, in our view, our algorithm gives it a more bullish or more bearish reading. Right now, pound yen, dollar yen, and Swiss yen, and euro yen, and CAD yen all have bullish readings on the EdgeFinder. And finally, of course, as we already mentioned, gold as well. So what I'm looking for here, the last couple things I want to walk you guys through in terms of data. Of course, we talked about it yesterday, but in case you missed the COT data, please feel free to pause the video, take a look. Here is your gold analysis. Again, gold continues to be one of the most heavily bought assets. And why am I so short yen, biased on the yen? Well, it's one of the biggest institutional short ratioed positions right now. Retail sentiment, here's a quick look at that as well. Here's what retail traders are long and short on. We'll start with the indices and commodities. Here's gold, about 50-50, so not too much interest there. However, the indices, retail traders very much on the short side. Take it into consideration as well. Here's the major currency pairs. You've got very long positions on dollar Swiss, Aussie dollar, pound dollar, and dollar yen being the other extremities. These are more on the short side. Let's take a quick look at that pound dollar. We mentioned pound yen. What's going on with pound USD? Well, pound USD not doing nearly as strong as the dollar's recent strength has been a sort of a headwind for this one. But if you're a pound dollar bull, if you think that there is potentially some more upside here, I would say for the lower time frame traders, keep an eye on this 1.2540 level. If you get some sort of substantial breakout, we do have Bank of England stuff coming out soon. CPI numbers, etc., are on the horizon for this pair, which could be potentially catalysts. As you guys know, if you watch the channel, we look for fundamental catalysts to move the market, to drive prices, and we look for price action to help us enter and exit trades. If you guys enjoy my videos, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll see you back next time. Hey, guess what? I just found a video made just for you. Click this video to help with your trading, and thanks for watching.